This is the Sonic the Hedgehog Amy Rose fortune card deck, and I went to Barnes & Noble today and decided to check out some tarot cards and stuff like that while I was out. They must have a lot of stealing problems going on at my specific Barnes & Noble because they took the boxes, removed the cards and the pamphlets and stuff like that, and put the boxes on the shelves, but put the cards and the guides behind the counter. So you had to bring the box up front and have them put the stuff inside, like it's GameStop or something. You gonna predict the future? No, tarot doesn't predict the future. Tarot gives you perspective and insight by giving you knowledge and viewpoints that you might not otherwise think of. It gets you to think outside the box, despite coming in a box. But the box has been opened. There's no tape on it, but I swear I have not looked through the cards yet. I got the cards, I took the shrink wrap off, and I put it in the box. And that was it. That is all I've done. So, let's take a look at it. This is the Amy Rose fortune card deck, and out of all the Sonic characters that I would think would do tarot, I don't think of Amy first. Then I thought about it and I was like, would Blaze the Cat do it? Probably not. Would Rouge do it? Probably not. Rouge would definitely go and get her fortune read, but I don't think she would actually mess with tarot herself. The box says, includes a fully illustrated 78 card deck and a 128 page guidebook. Give your fortune telling practice a supersonic boost with this official deck from the massively popular Sonic the Hedgehog video game series. Each card features original, never before seen artwork directly from Amy Rose's fortune card deck. Whether you're new to fortune reading or a longtime practitioner, this deck and guidebook gives you a new way to power up your love for the Sonic the Hedgehog series. This actually looks pretty nice, so let's go ahead and open this up. The box quality is pretty decent. It's a thick box, very thick edges. It's better than the box that my Rider Tarot deck came in, but not as good as my box for the Mystic Monday deck that I have, which I can't show you because it's currently being used to prop up my camera. And we'll do it for a second. Camera's about to get wobbly. So this is my other one that I have. This one's a little banged up because it got the box got water damage while moving, but it's a very thick box, and I think it's a better quality box than the Sonic the Hedgehog one. But I don't use this deck too much because it's too minimalist and it reminds me of like corporate art and stuff like that, and I don't really like it. It's a nice box though. I haven't run into a deck with a nicer box yet. Okay, back to being a camera stand. Okay, so let's read the introduction real quick. Hi there, I'm Amy Rose, and what you have here is your very own fortune card deck. Let me share with you why I find the fortune card so exciting, plus my guidance on how to use your own set. I love to explore all the strange and wonderful regions in the world like the world-famous hero, Sonic the Hedgehog. He inspired me to be my very best. I put together my fortune card deck with cards I found during my travels, so I'm still developing my deck. You can do the same. Mix and match this deck with others. That is not a very common practice. I have not heard of people mixing and matching their tarot cards with other sets. Your deck should be your own, just like my deck is special to me. When I'm not adventuring with Sonic or cooking in the kitchen, I use my fortune card deck. God, she's so basic. I use my fortune card deck to seek out my own adventures. I use these cards for divination when I do readings. I try to interpret the meaning of the cards I pull and use them as guidance for what I do next. Don't think of them as spoilers for the future. Think of them as signposts or landmarks to help you get your bearings. It's up to you to forge your own fate and find your own fortune. We all have to start somewhere, and these cards can be read in a lot of different ways. I've been using my cards for so long that I know them like the back of my hand, so I wrote up this handy little manual to help you learn what each fortune card means. You'll be a pro in no time. Whether you're playing around, earnestly looking for insight, or doing fortune readings for your dearest friends, remember that you're in control. Listen to your heart, and I'm sure you'll find your way. Happy fortune hunting. And then there's like a little, you can't really see it, there's like a little, there we go, a little emoji Amy at the bottom right. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look through the cards before we go flipping through the guidebook the rest of the way. These came unwrapped, like I said, because they had them behind the counter because I guess tarot cards get stolen around here a lot. So we have Travel, Master, it's a Master Emerald. Also, they have writing on the bottom and at the tops of the cards, so that they're easy to read when reversed. Skyborn Aspirations, you can see Tails in there. Virtuous Heart, which has Amy's hammer. Monstrum Machina, which has Eggman's face in it. The good fit for that theme. Oh, these cards are very thick. Yeah, they're thick cards. Like, let's compare this to the Rider White deck, the Rider Tarot. Very thin, very flimsy. And then this is much different bendability here. Like, this is, like, you can probably see that it's a little bit thicker. It's not super easy to see, but you can see that the Sonic the Hedgehog cards are thicker than the official Rider White Smith deck. I don't know if it's because they want to provide a higher quality merch or just because they feel like showing them up. Alright, so I'm multi-stream, so you can see both of the chats at the same time. So y'all can talk to each other, even though you're in different universes. Alright, these cards are also very tall. They're standard tarot card height. Like, this is the same height as, like I said, with the other ones. It's the same height as normal tarot cards. Oh, that wasn't a good showing of height. They're the same height as tarot cards. But I think because they're thicker, it feels like they're bigger. Like, a lot of people don't bridge shuffle their tarot cards. Some do, but you would definitely have a hard time bridge shuffling these because of how thick they are. Like, I have to put a lot of force to bend them. Alright. Babylon. I've got the deck upside down. Fruit. Or wait, do I have it right side up now? Oh, it's impossible to tell. Okay, wait. I think I have it right side up now. Fruit. Freedom's Wind. Hero. Is that referencing the sword from Sonic the Black Knight? Lone Guardian. Time. Justice. The art on Justice is pretty neat. Let's see if it's gonna focus. Yeah, it's kind of got like Mayan, Aztec kind of art style to it. What is Amy supposed to be? Like, Tails is a fox and Knuckles is an echidna, but I legit have no idea what any of the other Sonic characters are supposed to be. Well, Amy is also a hedgehog. Unbound Future. If that's a reference, I don't know what it's a reference to. Chaos, that's the Chaos Emeralds, of course. Eternal Flame, and it's got Blaze the Cat on it. Unyielding Darkness. I recognize those symbols. I don't remember which Sonic game. Doom. I think they should have used the ghost from Sonic Adventure 2, honestly. Statue Savior. Phantom. Companions. That's all the little animals that you save when you play Sonic. Judgment. Is that Chaos's form in Sonic Adventure 1? I don't remember. Gaia. King of Fire, and it's silver. Okay, so the way this deck is set up is it doesn't have your traditional arcana, major arcana from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So these major arcana are different major arcana from the major arcana in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So the Rider-Waite-Smith deck has stuff like the Fool, the World, the Star, stuff like that. Hermit. This does not have those. This is entirely different major arcana. Like, Travel here, I guess, could be your stand-in for the Fool because it looks like the beginning of an adventure. But, yeah, I would have to take a look at what these mean in terms of the booklet. Okay. And then it's onto the minor arcana. And the minor arcana is divided up into the elements instead of being divided up into cups, pentacles, wands, and swords. Those each have an element associated with them, so these could still, you know, work that way. King of Fire is silver. Queen of Fire is Blaze the Cat. That Blaze the Cat art is really good. The art is all really good in this deck. And, like, the card quality is super high. Like, these are some really thick cards. Knight of Fire and Page of Fire. So the Page, Knight, Queen, and King is the normal minor arcana format for the court cards. So those are normal. These are normal. And then we got Ace of Fire, Two of Fire. Oh, it's the little what's it called? The Phoenix that you can get in Sonic Adventure 2 that you can give to your Chow. Three of Fire, Wisp, it's one of the Wisps in the Fire Wispin. Four of Fire, it's got some Chows on it. Five of Fire, a bunch of Chows on it. Six of Fire, more Chows. I love me some Chow though, so that's fine. Seven of Fire, Eight of Fire, Nine of Fire. Oh, it looks like an Amy Chow is standing up for some animals. 10 of Fire, and then into the Water Arcana. So the fire minor arcana would represent the wands, so you could read these ones. You can read these as you would read the minor arcana normally. So you can play poker with these cards. Yes, you can play poker with a tarot card deck because it still contains the basic 52 cards of a playing card deck. Playing cards as they exist now are based off of tarot. So yeah, you can play playing card games with them. You just take out the major arcana cards to play. Well, you would definitely get some weird looks probably showing up to the poker game with your Sonic the Hedgehog Amy's Tarot deck. King of Water, totally makes sense that it's chaos if the camera wants to focus. If the camera wants to focus, there we go. Queen of Water, I think that's Tikal. Knight of Water, Big the Cat, good choice. I really like Big. Page of Water, just some Chows chilling. And then Ace of Water, Two of Water. Aw, very cute little Chows hanging out. So this is actually a really good depiction for Two of Water. Two cards typically represent duality and coming together and having to make a choice. And water cards are cups, and cups represent relationships. So this one having two Chow together, coming together, and, you know, being in love is very, very fitting for a 2 of water. This is an official deck from Sega, the official Sonic the Hedgehog. 3 of water, 4 of water, 5 of water, 6 of water, 7 of water, 8 of water, 9 of water, and 10 of water. These are all very good looking cards. Like, I think you could bust these out, and if you didn't draw any of the Sonic cards, like the obvious Sonic cards, like, you know, silver here, I think people would just think it's a really cool, neat deck. Like, it's a very cool deck, even though it's Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, it's a very serious and interesting looking deck. Knight of Light, King of Lightning. I believe that's Shadow? Yeah, that looks like Shadow. Queen of Lightning. Rouge the Bat gets her own card! Although, I think Rouge the Bat maybe should have been Queen of Pentacles, maybe, because she loves to steal. Knight of Lightning, that's Omega. Page of Lightning, that is a character that I don't know. And then Ace, 2 of Lightning, 3 of Lightning, 4 of Lightning, 5 of Lightning. So I think the Lightning suit is supposed to represent swords. Oh, just a second. We're having some focusing problems. Is that better? I can't really tell. 6 of Lightning, 7 of Lightning, 8 of Lightning, 9 of Lightning. Oh, little Tails Chow, who's sad. I love the amount of Sonic Adventure 2 references in this, because the Tails Chow, the Amy Chow, and the Knuckles Chow are all Chow that you can get within Sonic Adventure 2 if you brought your memory card for the GameCube version to I think it was an E3 event. So you could get the special Chow that way, or you could use an action replay to get them through cheats. So I think it's very cool that it's referencing these kind of super secret characters, and 10 of Lightning. So yes, I think Lightning is swords, because it seems like these cards represent the bad guys, quote-unquote bad guys, so they would represent conflict. So I think because swords also represent conflict. Looks like the lady from Frontiers. Okay, that explains why I didn't know them, because I haven't played Frontiers. So let's see. Yeah, okay. Lightning definitely represents swords and conflict, because look, those chickens are going to cluck each other up. Okay. Okay, and they replaced the pentacle suit with rings. Very funny. Makes sense. So, King of Rings, Sonic, Queen of Rings, Amy. I guess they had to put Amy as the Queen for Pentacles, even though I think it makes more sense for Rouge to be the Queen of Pentacles, because she loves shmoney. Knight of Rings and Page of Rings. So it looks like they're organized by good guy, bad guy, other bad guy, and some other good guys. So it looks like it's 2 good guy suits, 2 bad guy suits. 2 of Rings. Again, a very good expression of 2, and 2 being a duality and being a choice. They're having to choose between 2 material goods, which is very good and representative of the 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, I think the art is pretty spot on for some of these. Some of these are a little harder to guess. 3 of Rings, 4 of Rings, 5 of Rings. I mean, even if you don't like Sonic, there's still just a lot of cute animals in this. 6 of Rings, 7 of Rings, 8 of Rings, and it's a Knuckles Chow, 9 of Rings, and 10 of Rings. Oh, and it's the teacher from Sonic Adventure 2, the teacher Chow, who he's the principal. He controls, like, naming your Chow and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's cool. These are all very cool. Yeah. Oh, let's put it back this way. Okay. So the art on these is all very, very good. I really like this. I'm actually really happy with it. I bought these as a joke because I was like, oh, this is going to be a really funny idea. But honestly, yeah, like Angel says, Sonic heads are popping off. Like, y'all absolutely 100% got spoiled with this. I don't think there's a lot of Sonic fans that are also into tarot, but those of you that do have that overlap, or just Sonic fans who like good merch, like, this is really good quality merch. Like, I'm actually really surprised by, one, the quality of the book and the art in the book, the quality of the art on the box and stuff like that, and the thickness and design of the box. Like, your cards are going to be super safe in this thing, and it's still a good looking box. The art on the cards is all really good. I think even if you're not a Sonic fan, like, you can still really appreciate the art on these. And then the cardstock that they use is incredibly thick cardstock. Like, this is almost business card thick. Like, these are gonna stand up to quite a bit of shuffling. It's almost a shame to use them because they're really gonna get battered from shuffling. So the problem that I'm gonna have here already, I can tell you, is shuffling. This is thicker. If I compare this to the Rider Tarot, which uses thinner cards, you're gonna see just how much thicker the Sonic cards are. So this is just a normal Rider White Smith deck, normal size, relatively normal cards, other than I got them upside down. Yeah, just a normal Rider White Smith deck. And then look at the difference in size. These are both 78 card decks, So even though it's a much better card stock, it's really going to be difficult to shuffle these. They're very big. So it looks like it's about an inch tall for the Rider White deck, and then like an inch and a half tall for the Sonic Tarot. These are definitely going to be kind of difficult to shuffle. So like I can't bridge shuffle, but you could reasonably bridge shuffle these because of how bendy the cards are. So you could reasonably bridge shuffle these, and at the least I can hold them well enough that I can shuffle them. They're all like, even though it's big, it's still possible to hold it. But if we take the Sonic ones, like I can't believe I'm complaining about this. It irks me just a little bit. Like, the size, the thickness of the cards is a good thing overall. Like, they'll last a long time, and I think that's what they wanted, is that they wanted it to be merch first, and then tarot second. But, like, it's very hard to hold these. Very hard. And I could definitely not do a bridge shuffle with these. I can't even do a bridge shuffle in the first place. So, okay, so that's how you hold it for a bridge shuffle. I can't even hold it. It's just, they're really, really big. So, and I don't have the finger strength on the left hand to even bend them that far. This is like, you would need to be able to bend it much further to bridge shuffle. So, good design in terms of how thick they are and how long they'll last, but they are not very practical in this sense, at least just for this part, the thickness and stuff. Very nice box, though. Alright, let's take a look at that guidebook a little further. Oh yeah, I need some big white cartoony gloves to maximize my shuffle efficiency. I could grab one of my fursuit gloves, but I think I'll actually lose grip of them. Hello. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. Oh, okay, there's a caring for your deck section. Let's just jump straight to that. Caring for your deck. There are lots of ways you can take care of your oh wait, nobody can really say what the future holds. That's what makes it so exciting. That uncertainty can also be frightening, so I understand wanting to have an idea of where things are going. I know I've used my fortune card deck just for fun and to make me feel more comfortable in stressful times. The important thing is to be honest with yourself, whether you believe in the magic of the fortune cards or treat them like a game. You're not going to get far if you're being insincere. Always remember to open your heart. I promise it'll be alright. That's very cute. Caring for your deck. There are lots of ways you can take care of your fortune card deck. Keeping the cards neat and tidy in their box is the obvious way, but I'm talking about their mystical properties. The simplest method is to give them a good, thorough shuffling every so often. Maybe it's been a long time between readings. Maybe you just did a bunch back to back, or you had a doozy of a reading. Shuffling helps to refresh their energy. Okay, that does follow with some of the culture around them. Some videos that I've seen about bonding with your deck and stuff like that involve just shuffling them for the fun of shuffling them. Another idea is to keep your cards in a clean environment. Chow, those adorable little water babies, can be found in places of clean, pure water. Wisps, like childlike aliens, like to gather in verdant areas. My point is that all the cute and wholesome creatures I've met flourish in pristine environments, so give your fortune card a nice bag to rest in, a dust-free spot on your shelf, or a snug place between your favorite books. Also clean your room. The energies of the Chaos Emerald would do wonders to invigorate and rejuvenate your deck, but I understand that the 7 mystic gems of world-changing miraculous power can be a little hard to come by. It's fine if you use other smaller crystals instead. Okay, now we're incorporating crystals and stuff like that. Simple clear prisms can channel the ambient energy around you just fine. I like to have one for each Chaos Emerald color: red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple, and clear. It all comes down to what you can find for yourself and what makes you feel the most comfortable. This is very cute. There's lots of art. The photography and the pictures on it are all pretty clean. Very good for a very small book. Some spreads. Let's see. Does it do the... Nope, it doesn't have the 10 card one. The most it does is 7. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the card meanings. Starting with the Major Arcana. Travel the Fool. Okay, so they are based off of the Major Arcana from the RWS decks. So they are the same. Okay, so it is 100% the same. It is still an RWS deck. It's just they've changed the names of stuff. And you know what, that makes sense because Magician and Master do work somewhat interchangeably, because the Magician is about seeking counsel. Tails is the High Priestess. Virtuous Heart is the Empress. That does make sense. Okay. So Travel the Fool. Travel represents the free spirit out and about, exploring the world. It's a new adventure with endless possibilities. It's all about seeing the world with fresh eyes and experiencing things for the first time. Plot a course, follow your map, and be sure to take detours along the way. Hero Draw. So I'm assuming hero means upright. You're about to start something new and exciting, or you're approaching something with a fresh perspective, experiencing it anew. Either you're about to enter unexplored territory, so be prepared for anything. Happy trails. Dark draw. You're lost in the woods, and you really should have planned better. Just because you're trying something new doesn't mean you shouldn't think things through first. Look out for people who will try to lead you further astray. It might be time to turn back and go back the way you came. Okay. Yeah, so they are just stand-ins for the major arcana. The problem is that they're not numbered on the cards, so you have to go back in and rememorize which these correspond with. So like the Empress would represent motherhood, femininity, female empowerment, and in particular the woman you're reading for, potentially High Priestess would too. So that's why it's kind of funny that Tails is High Priestess. Is this their way of confirming that Tails is trans? Because High Priestess often represents the female that you're reading for. The Emperor, that makes more sense for Eggman, because in Sonic Forces, the state that you're trying to rebel against is called the Eggman Empire. Babylon is the Hierophant, Fruit is the Lovers. They also could have just kept the Lovers in there and then just had Amy and Sonic holding hands. That would have been cute. Freedom, Wind, the Chariot, Hero, Strength. Some of these make sense. Lone Guardian represents the Hermit. They also could have just called it the Hermit. Time, Wheel of Fortune, Justice. Chaos represents death. That's an interesting choice. Eternal Flame is Temperance. Unyielding Darkness is the Devil. I still wish that they numbered them. If they numbered them, it would help me remember them easier. Doom represents the Tower. See, Doom, I would think, is death because of the art of the card. I know death doesn't actually represent death. Tower usually represents bad stuff happening. Statue Savior is the Star. Okay, that kind of makes sense with the art in the background. Phantom, that's represented by the Phantom Ruby from Sonic Forces. Very brave of them to put Sonic Forces references in here because Sonic Forces was terrible. Companions are the sun. That doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, okay. It's all about the warmth of friendship and good times. Okay, that makes sense. Judgment is also judgment. Gaia, the world. I don't know what Gaia is, so I don't know. Let's take a look at... okay. So it doesn't give me a breakdown for the theming of the minor arcana, so I'm just assuming that it's going to work based off of how the minor arcana normally work, which Fire Arcana usually represents passion, creativity. Let's see, pace. It's time to blaze a new trail. You're inspired, so look for new ways to expand and prosper. This card can signify creation, desire, and willpower, all keys to a great artistic project, if you ask me. I would have appreciated a page that breaks down what the specific element represents, because that would make it easier for people to memorize it. A big trick for memorizing the minor arcana is to, instead of memorizing each individual card, you memorize what each suit represents, and then you memorize which number represents what. When trying to learn the minor arcana, don't memorize every single card. Remember that fire means passion and creativity. Swords represents conflict, choices, truth, logic. Cups represents emotions and relationships, and it can also represent creativity as well. And Pentacles represents material goods and material wealth. Easy to remember. So now you know that all of those suits represent all of those, regardless which number it is. And then the trick with numbers is to remember that aces, regardless of suit, represent beginnings, the start of something. And then twos usually represent choices and duality. Very easy to remember. And then you just remember what the numbers represent, and then when you want to go and you read a card and say you get fire and a specific number, then you go, hey, so I know what fire does, and I know what this number does, so this card does that. It's like reading a Excel spreadsheet, but less boring. So that's a very easy way to remember what the minor arcana do, and I feel like that's a tip that that I don't see mentioned very often, and would be super useful to add into one of these books, especially for like a tarot card system like this, where people are going to be picking up tarot for the first time. I want to see what it says about Rouge. That's the real reason we're here. Queen of Lightning. You're like Rouge. You're a complex person. You share her perceptiveness and ability to stay focused under pressure. This card is about tackling complex situations and discernment and a clear mind. Dark draw. Like Rouge, you're only involved for your own desires. Anyone getting in your way leaves you bitter and cold towards them. This card cautions against being cold-hearted to others. Beware of cruelty and resentment. What does she say about herself? Queen. Hero draw. You're like me. You enjoy being comfortable, but you made sure you can afford that luxury. This card wants you to think about practicality of how you're approaching your scenario. Keep in mind the things that make you happy, satisfied, and secure. Dark draw. Don't let yourself get dragged down by jealousy. You need to think of those around you and give them their space. This draw warns against being self-centered. Jealousy can be one aspect of that. Even over-attentiveness can be a form of making yourself the most important person. So let's try to shuffle these. So I already went over the cards. God, it's so hard to hold. It really is a very thick deck. Like the Rider-White deck is about half the size. Let me compare my Mystic Mondays deck, because I think my Mystic Mondays cards are also big because they're foil. They have foil edges. Oh yeah, these also feel very thick. Okay. Oh, these might actually be thicker. I was giving them crap for no reason. Yep, same size. Maybe Mystic Mondays is a little bit bigger. Taste test the cards? I'm not doing that. Yeah, they look like they're the same thickness. How can I know they're good if I don't taste them? I guess you're right. Well, what I can say is that this has a shiny plastic layer on it, like a protective layer, and then this is actually kind of just matte. So I guess the Mystic Mondays do have that over it, and also the Mystic Mondays deck was a lot cheaper. I think I got this for 15 bucks, and it's got the shiny edges. Ooh. And then this was $28, and then yeah, $28 for these, which it's good. It's good art. Okay, I'll try licking one. I gotta make sure they're the same art. I gotta make sure they're the same arcana though, so I don't, I don't want to get the flavors confused. These are both the same card. Oh, it looks like the Mystic Monday cards are a little bit wider too, just slightly wider, just slightly. These are both the same card, the same major arcana. But also that's Mystic Monday's interpretation of the world. I forget that they that this deck has it a little differently. So let me find the world. And then that's what all three of the worlds look like. Oh, my fat head's in the way. So the art between these three is very, very different. You do have one person at the center of everything, like in the Rider-White deck. And then the world has a center as well, a sort of nucleus kind of thing. Not a nucleus. What's the center of an atom called? Like, is that just the atom? I don't know. These are all pretty drastically different. All right, but let's taste test them. Okay, the Mystic Mondays ones just taste like plastic. The Sonic the Hedgehog ones just also taste like plastic. There's definitely a different texture in each of them. Like, this is kind of like a more slippery surface, and then my tongue was catching on this one, so this one's got more of a friction to it. That's just something the audience was requesting on YouTube. I don't think you should actually lick your tarot cards. Oh, I do have one more tarot deck I can show. It's my itty bitty kitty deck. I think I like the box for the Mystic Monday one better. I just don't care so much for the art on this one because it's so minimalist. It looks so corporate. You're gonna clip that? You're gonna clip me taste testing it? Go ahead. And then the final deck that I have is a ultra tiny mini deck. Look, my hands look so massive by comparison after saying like this. This is the kitty deck. This one's from Los Scarabeo, which makes a lot of tarot cards. I don't think this deck is available anymore. It's a very old one, but it's a small, portable sized one that easily fits in your pocket. Now, comparing the thickness is definitely going to be a pretty big difference here. Okay, it's the same thickness as the Rider-White deck that I have, about an inch thick. And then the cards are only, I think, 2.5 inches tall. So comparing these two together, it's a much smaller deck. And then, of course, that means it's easier to shuffle these. At least it's easier to shuffle them like this. So you can shuffle these ones like this a lot easier, but you can't bridge shuffle it because of how small they are. It's a little hard to keep a grip on them. I've already said I don't know how to bridge shuffle, but yeah. They're too small. They're just way too small to do it. Yeah, they were made for Mobian hands. The big gloved goofy hands. Let me grab one of my fursuit gloves and see if I can get a better grip on it with that. I don't think that's gonna help. All right. No, it makes it so much harder. I can't even grab them, and I definitely can't spread my hand far enough to grab them. So having big Sonic the Hedgehog hands is not gonna help. Yeah, I can't grab them. I can grab maybe half the deck like this. So big glove hands are definitely not doing it. I don't think Amy's actually shuffling these herself. Like, I have to spread my hand out about as far as it can go. Mobians are small, but they have really big gloved hands. I think Sonic has some yaoi grippers. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to get these mixed back up. Yeah, but let's try to bridge shuffle them. I don't have the left hand strength to do this. Almost. Almost. Let's try it with the red or white deck. That's half the size. Mobian is the technical term for Sonic, for people in the Sonic universe, for characters in the Sonic universe, the animal people. So Sonic, Shadow, Amy, Rouge, they're all Mobians. Much easier. Haha, right-handed, haha. Oh, you owned me. Much better. I'm getting better at it. There we go. See, it's much easier to bridge shuffle thinner cards, even if it means that the cards are lower quality. But the thing is that these red or white decks are going to be available all the time, so it's okay if I bang these up and mess these up, because I can go to Barnes & Noble and buy like 3 more boxes right now. Whereas these Sonic ones, this was the only box that they had. So they're thicker, but it's okay because they're going to last longer, and I want them to last longer. It is difficult to shuffle, though. Very difficult to shuffle. Oh, there are some upside down. You thought you were slick. You thought you could hide. Oh, wait. No, you're right side up. What the hell? What's the deal with that? The spine there. Is that a printing error? Is that a printing error? Like, right there. Right side up. Right side up, 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 right side up. Yeah, what the hell? Looks like there's a printing error. Maybe I'm just seeing that wrong. Maybe it's because of how I'm holding it. Because it looks like the yellow is at the top edge, and the bottom edge is black. Maybe it's yeah, see, I think it's how the cards were cut in the machine. Oh no, the backs aren't consistent with the fronts, where the fronts pattern is. See, there's a yellow edge right there, but not there. It's how the cards were cut. So there was a mistake in the cutting of my cards, so there's a printing error. It shows that right box. It's not supposed to show that right box, as you can see on the left side here. So yeah, and then if you compare it to another one, the box is on the opposite side. So yeah, there's a cutting error. That's not a big deal. I don't think most people are gonna notice that. Alright, let's try one last bridge shuffle, and then we'll call it. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. They're so thick and hard to bend. I'd have to do, like, cut the deck in half, and then cut it in half again, and then do that, and then add it to the deck. Okay. You can use them for things other than tarot. I have learned so much stuff that I'm going to forget in an hour. Well, lucky for you, I'm going to save this, and there'll be a VOD of it on the VODs channel, but I'm also going to put it on my other channel, where I'm going to be posting tarot card stuff, and you can see an edited version there. But yep, I think that's kind of it, unless y'all got any questions or something you want to ask or know about the cards. I think I'm done. Give one more good shuffle and then just draw the top card. See if I get some. What do I get? 2 of water. Aw, what a good card to get. Very cute. Alright, love y'all. Bye. This video was brought to you by my patrons on patreon.com/SerasThings and the members on my main channel, youtube.com/SerasThings. Thank you to Firework Penguin, Momentary Unicorn, Aurora the Puppy Moth, Sly, Nat, Selena, Paper, Marius, Yeenie, Worm Syrup, Rask, Fur, Beef, Bait, Sly Again, Colorado Blue, Vaderson, Linky, Fasoku, Linky Again, Splackjack, and Malding Brick.